Hello children, am I visible? Yes, it's fine. Okay, so every one of you, I hope you are able to see me. If yes, just give me a thumbs up. So my dear champions, we are here with sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Now today we are going to discuss the top 20 PYQs of this particular chapter. Now this particular chapter is important. Why? Because it gives you almost 3 to 4 questions every single year. The previous year it gave 3 questions, and 3 questions means you are going to be 3 marks ahead of someone else also who is writing the same competitive examination with you guys. Yes, and for those of you who think, ma'am, I'm watching this video, but hi Prachi. A very big hello dear, and good evening to all of you, all the champions. Some of you might be just coming from your school. Okay, so yes, so I was saying you might be thinking that it's KCET, it might not have anything to do with PU2 examination, but let me tell you, the MCQs, basically if you try to solve, KCET is also not a, what do you call, not an examination which is super tough. So obviously it will be like a brush up for your PU2 also. Hello Mansi. So happy to see all of you out there. So are you ready for today's session? Now 10 people are up there watching this video, and we have to bring justice to all of them. So let's begin this session with full power, full speed. So Rupa Shri is also here. Hi dear. So all my cute little champions are there, and I have the first question for you guys. Let me see who are the ones who give me the answers first. Okay, so in a dithecous anther, each pollen sac contains 1000 mmC. mmC stands for microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell. Now what is the total number of pollen grains produced by the anther? So in each, they are saying that in a dithecous anther there are how many pollen, each pollen sac contains 1000 mmC. Then how many pollen grains are going to be there at the end? That is the question. What do you think? How many pollen grains? Now the one who cracks this particular question, so I have given a very tricky question right over here, such to see that how many of you are actually interested in competition. Okay, Prachi says the answer for this question is A. Okay Prachi, is there someone else to challenge Prachi and say no, this is not the answer, something else is the answer? And also let's think, others please think. There is Mansi, Rupa, come on guys. Is the answer A? Think properly, okay? You're talking about a dithecous anther. How does a dithecous anther look? It looks like this. So basically, this is your anther. In the anther, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 thecas. So, but you call this condition as dithecous only. Why? Because this is one lobe, this is one lobe. So in one lobe, 2 theca, which is why you say dithecous. So in this particular anther, you have how many pollen sacs? Ma'am, there are 4 pollen sacs. One over here, one over here, one over here, one over here. Now I am telling you that in each of them there are 1000 mmC microspore mother cell. Here, 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 and here. Now 1 mmC, my dear children, 1 mmC gives rise to how many microspores? So 1 mmC which is there, it undergoes first round of meiosis, gives 2 cells, then this 2 cells again divides, at the end you get 4 cells, and all of these 4 cells basically later helps in the formation of 4 pollen grains. So from 1 mmC, 4 pollen grains. If 1000 mmC is there, so 1000 into 4, 4000. But you are asked about all of them, a dithecous anther. So it won't be just 4000, but here also into 4, here also into 4, here also into 4. So basically all of these places will be 4000, 4000, 4000. So 4000 into 4 is equals to what? Your answer would be C. Your answer would be C. But those of you who got your answers wrong, it's totally fine. Why? Because this is how we study. Now people who do not get things wrong, basically they would have to what do you call, they might do some mistakes later on. So you are already safe because you already did a mistake and now you know the answer, and you are not going to repeat this mistake, right? Yes Prachi, the answer is C. So over here, let's go for C, and I hope you got to understand why is the answer C. So my dear children, if at all you understood, yes Arundhati, hi Arundhati, yes, C is correct. So C is the one which is the correct answer. I hope you guys got it. Are we ready for the next question out there? So remember, only few questions are over here. Okay, only 20 questions. So if you pay attention to these 20 questions, it would be more than enough for you guys, because I have chosen those type of questions. Now, if a tetraploid plant contains 48 chromosomes, what do you mean by tetraploid? Tetraploid means 4n. Haploid is n, diploid is 2n, triploid is 3n, tetraploid is 4n. So if a tetraploid plant contains how many chromosomes? 48 chromosomes in its nucellus. Okay, not nucleus, it is nucellus. Then the number of chromosomes in the egg cell and in the synergids respectively are. Come on, now tell me the answer for this question. This came in 2017 KCET paper. And those of you who are watching this video, please share this video with your friends also who are also preparing for KCET examination. So we have to increase the number of children. You know what? We are making you prepare for KCET examination, and it's quite sad to see that you guys are not taking the full utilization of it. I'm not talking about the people who have already joined. You guys are good children, okay? I'm talking about the children who have not joined the session until now. So make sure you tell them. And over here, hi Praveen. Okay. So the question is, this is the number of chromosome in the nucellus. Where is the nucellus? So if at all you see the ovule, my dear children, in the ovule you have the embryo sac. Now around the embryo sac basically there are cells which together forms the nucellus. So nucellus is just a normal cell out there which has not undergone meiosis and things like that. But embryo sac on the other hand is formed as a result of what? Previous meiosis that happened, then also mitosis. At the end you have egg cell and everything. Egg is haploid, synergid is also haploid in nature. Okay, it has half the number of chromosome. Now you are saying initially if nucellus had 2n number of chromosome, egg and everything had half the number of chromosome. Now over here nucellus is 4n in nature, then in this particular case egg and synergid will be half of this. What is half of this? Basically it will be 2n. It will be 2n. Okay, so over here you just have to half this number. What is the half of 48? It will be 24. So egg and synergid, both of them is going to be just 24 and 24. Let me see who gave me the answer. Rupa gave me the answer D. Number of chromosomes in egg cell and in synergid. B. Okay, B and D. Children, come on. Arundhati says it's B, and we have Sai. Sai it also. Prachi is also there. Yes, the answer is B. So Prachi gave me the correct answer. But the egg is diploid. No, Baba. Egg, how can it be diploid? Egg is always haploid in nature. No. Egg is haploid. The sperm, that is the male gamete, has to come. It is also going to be the haploid. It is also going to be haploid. So haploid comes together. It forms diploid zygote. Now you do not call it as an egg. You call this as zygote. If it is diploid, it will be zygote, not an egg. Egg is just a gamete. Gametes are always going to contain half the number of chromosome. So this is just to confuse you, tetraploid, this ploid, that ploid. If at all you are given, suppose over here you are saying that the number of chromosome in the nucellus is 16, then what is the number of chromosome in egg and synergids? Half of it. That will be 8 and 8. As simple as that. Yes, Rupashri, yes, you got it. Totally great. Fine. So B is your answer. Let me read out the people who gave me the correct answer. While then, please solve this third question. Among the following statements related to pollens, choose the correct one. Statement 1 says, in 40% of angiosperms, pollen grains are shed at 3-cell stage. Statement 2 says, intine is made up of cellulose and pectin and it is discontinuous with germ pores. Come on, read this, and while then I'll read out the name of the children who gave me the answer. So the first one to give me the correct answer was Arundhati, and then Prachi. Rupa also gave me the correct answer later on, and she also understood the question. So kudos to you. Sai Reet is also there. Sai Ritika is how, I do not know how to pronounce. So basically I'll just say Sai. I hope that works. Yeah? Cool. Now Rupa has given me the answer for the next question is what I believe. Option C is the answer. Chalo, let me see. So statement 1 says in 40% of angiosperms, pollen are shed in 3-cell stage. What do you mean by that? Basically in pollen grain, there is one big cell out there, the very big cell, which is why you started from V only. It is the vegetative cell. Now inside this big cell floats a small little cell which is known as generative cell. Now the sole duty of generative cell is to generate gametes. So basically it divides into 2 to form 2 gametes. So in total how many cells are there? 1, 2, 3. In 40% of the flowering plants, yes, they are basically shed in 3-cell stage, and 60%, majority of them, in them it's not, generative cell does not divide into gametes, rather it stays like generative cell itself. Later on when it lands on the stigma, it will divide into the gametes. Okay, so 60% in 2-cell stage, 40% 3-cell stage, so this statement is correct. Statement number 2, intine is made up of cellulose and pectin and it is discontinuous with germ pores. Wrong. Why? Because intine is not discontinuous. Intine, which is there, it is continuous layer made up of Priyanka Chopra, pectin and cellulose. Okay, PC. Exine is discontinuous. Always remember. So statement 2 is wrong. Statement 1 is correct. So in that case, your answer is also correct. So I think Rupa was the first one to give me the answer, and Praveen is there. My dear child, I hope you know now why is C the correct option. Sai also, please check. Okay, both of you guys. Because exine is discontinuous. Yes, exine is discontinuous layer because exine is made up of sporopollen, and wherever sporopollen is not there, that's where you find the pores. That's all. Okay, so this is not the one that is discontinuous. Children, got it? Give me a thumbs up if you understood this, or if at all you want to ask me any doubts, please ask me. So Arundhati also says it's C. Thank you, Arundhati, you are also correct. And my dear children who are getting things wrong, it's totally fine, we learn this way. Sai also got it correct now, kudos to you. So I hope, thank you, I hope you guys understood. Chalo then, since you all understood, let's go ahead with the next question, my dear KCET toppers. Come on. Okay, question number 4 says, testa and tegmen of the seed coat represent what? Now, seed coat which is there, the seed which is there, the seed has seed coat. Now, seed coat is made up of 2 layers, one is testa and the other one is tegmen. What does it represent? What does it represent? Very easy, no? Prachi is the first one to answer and says that A is the answer. Okay, Rupa also says A. Is A the correct answer? Yes, it is integuments. So basically, seed before becoming a seed, what was it? It was just an ovule. It was just an ovule. An ovule, it was feeling very cold, which is why it wore 2 sweaters. So one integument, second integument, and in between, it didn't button it. The pore which is there, it is known as micropyle. Anyways, this integument transforms into testa and tegment, and the ovule transforms into a seed once fertilization is being done. Okay? Moody baby, dear, practice paper of PU2 is in the blueprint. So we have made a video on how to download the model question paper, what do you call that? Question bank. So in the question bank, if you move down at the end, you will find the papers, practice paper for PU2 released by the government this year. Okay, Nagaraj is also here. Ammu is also here. Oh my God. So Ammu, Nagaraj, everyone is there. Prachi also gave me the correct answer. So your answer for this question would be A. Mood baby, go scroll down in the question bank. There is practice paper. If you did not get it, we can somehow show you. Okay, we'll make another video of it or probably send it to you in the documents. Fine? Fine. Cool. Let's go ahead. Next question, question number 5. In apple, the chromosome number of gametes, again this is a numerical question. In apple, the chromosome number of gametes is 17. What is the chromosome number in its primary endosperm nucleus? Do not get things wrong. Please read it properly. Hi Nagaraj, dear. Okay, the chromosome number of gamete, okay, it's a gamete and it's 17. Now, what is the chromosome number in primary endosperm nucleus? Always remember, 51, ma'am. Okay, 5A. A is 51. So, Nagaraj said A first and then Rupa also says A. Okay, before that, Arundhati also said A. Okay, Sai also said 51. Okay, so you guys already know the answer. It's 51. Let's see how for those of you who didn't understand. So when we say gamete always have half the number of chromosomes, because another half they will get from another gamete, and that's when haploid comes together to form diploid. Now, if we talk about primary endosperm nucleus, it is not made up of one nucleus but three of them. Triple fusion happens, three nucleus are there. So one nucleus contain N, another nucleus contain N, another nucleus also contain N. In total how many? N, 3N. So if 1N is equals to 17, 3N will be what? 3 into 17, which is 51. So your answer for this question would be A. PEN is triploid. Exactly Rupa. So all my dear children are super champions, and you guys are getting the answer. Okay, let's move ahead to the next question then. If you're super fast, then I'll also be super fast. After so many days, someone is asking me, how are you, ma'am? Thank you so much. I am doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you, dear Nagaraj? And my dear children, you guys are getting your answers correct. I'm super proud of you. Try to solve this question. Question number 6. Which of these options is true in the context of the below diagram of the pollen grain? Okay, so A is generative cell which forms the male gametes, and B is vegetative cell which produces the pollen tube, and all of it. You read it, guys. Arundhati says A is the answer, Prachi says D is the answer. So whenever you get these type of questions, make sure you're extra careful. Probably there might be some mess up around here. Mansi says D is the answer. Okay, so since two people are saying D is the answer, I will first check D option. So D option says A is vegetative cell with abundant food reserve, and B is generative cell which forms the male gamete, which is absolutely correct. D is actually the correct answer. But why is A wrong? That is also a question, right? So A is generative cell. A, can it be generative cell? No, Baba. A is the big cell over here. A, very big. V for vegetative. Remember like that. So A cannot be the generative cell, so A is not the answer. So over here, the answer for this question would be D. Remember, I always tell you, very big cell, vegetative cell. Inside that, you have the small cell, generative cell. Vegetative cell provides nourishment and nutrients to the generative cell, because this guy is going to later divide and forms the gamete. Okay, and also remember one very important piece of information. For those of you know, you can tell the answer. What is the shape of the nucleus of a vegetative cell? What is the shape of the nucleus of a vegetative cell? Comment down the answers. Okay, so those of you got the correct answer is Prachi first, and then Mansi, and then Nagaraj, and then Rupashri, and then Ammu, Praveen Gowda. Okay, Praveen Gowda and Sai, we have to check the answers, right? Nagaraj, every one of you. Cool. Spiricula. Yes. Mansi, Nagaraj, all of you guys are correct. It is irregular. Please remember that is a PU2 question. But you have to remember. So over here, the shape of the nucleus of vegetative cell is irregular, and the shape of the generative cell is elongated. The nucleus is elongated. Children, we are making Brahmastra videos, super important for your PU2 board examination. Remember, KCET rank does not come alone from your KCET marks, but also from your PU2 marks. 50% weightage to your PU2 marks. So score good there. Watch the Brahmastra series. One video if you watch, I can guarantee you, you will get the whole marks of that particular chapter. Okay? So it's not spherical, dear. Please understand, it is what? It is vegetative. Cool? It is what? Irregular. Irregular in shape, and this is elongated. Going ahead with the next question out there, you have question number 7. Ma'am, but spherical is what then? Nothing is spherical, dear. So there is a cell that's spherical, but if at all you talk about the nucleus shape, it is irregularly shaped. The shape is irregular, and the shape of the nucleus of the generative cell, it is elongated. Two particular terms you have to remember. Okay? Chalo, question number 7, try to match the content of list 1 with list 2. List 1 is this, list 2 is this. Okay? So polyembryony, perisperm, false fruit, parthenocarpy. I'll give you a trick, okay? So whenever you solve, match the following question. Try to solve this first and this first. It will be easy for you then. Rupa, I hope you got it, dear. Did you get it? Or do you have any confusions? Please ask me if at all you have. Okay, Arundhati says A, Prachi says A, Praveen says D, now Sai says A. Okay, maximum votes for A. Okay, Rupa also says A. Let's see what's the answer, it's A or not. So polyembryony means multiple embryos are being formed. Where do you find it? You usually find it in citrus fruits such as mango, orange, and things like that. Okay, so I hope none of you are hungry as of now. So polyembryony goes with lemon because lemon is a citrus fruit. Now parthenocarpy means what? Usually, if you talk about the ovary and the ovule after fertilization becomes the seed and the ovary becomes the fruit. Ovary becomes the fruit, right? Suppose fertilization has not happened. Somehow, because of some hormonal changes, here the ovary turned into a fruit. These are known as parthenocarpic fruit, and this process is known as parthenocarpy. Where do you usually find it? Basically, you can give the example of it. Since seed is not being formed, seedless fruits are being formed in parthenocarpy. So over here, the one that is seedless, we can go for banana. So 4 goes with Q. 4 goes with Q. In that case, let me see what is the answer. So 1 goes with R. 1 goes with R. I just have 2 options. Let me eliminate these 2 options. And 4 goes with Q. I have 2 options again. Okay, then I have to go ahead. False fruit is there. Again, I know what is false fruit. The one where it's not just the ovary that forms the fruit, but also the other floral parts of the flower. For example, it is sitting on the thalamus. This thalamus also contributes to form the flower. Then, sorry, the fruit. It is known as false fruit. Example, apple. Okay, so 3 goes with S. 3 goes with S. I just have one option, which is why A is my answer. A is the answer. Okay, now we are left with perisperm. What is perisperm? So my dear children, I told you, within the ovule, you have the cells of the nucellus, and within that you have the embryo sac. Usually the cells of the nucellus degenerate, they are used up, but sometimes they persist. Why? They think that one day embryo will be formed over here and I should be providing nourishment for that. So this persistent nucellus is known as perisperm. You only find it in 2 plants. You can say B square, beetroot, sorry, black pepper and beet. Black pepper and beet. So this goes with this. Okay. So let me see who all got the correct answer. Arundhati, yes. Prachi, yes. Sai, yes. Rupa, yes. Nagaraj, yes. And Mu, yes. And all of you are totally correct. Okay, kudos. So you all know everything. So you are probably going to be the... did I show you the answer? You all are going to be probably the toppers, KCET toppers this year, right? Yes, Nagaraj. Yes, Arundhati. Now we are on the 8th question, my dear children. Children, did you understand the previous question? Is it okay? Give me a thumbs up if everything is cool. If you think you need an explanation, please stop me then and there itself and ask me. Okay, my network has gone weak. Okay. Arundhati says B. Thank you for the last question. I was so confused. You helped me a lot. Thank you so much, Rupa. Okay. Yes. So over here, Nagaraj says the answer is B. Let's see. A flower has 10 stamen having bilobed dithecous anther. If each microsporangia had 4 pollen mother cell, how many pollen grains would be produced by the flower? Now, normal people, when they read this question, they all go like this. Why? Because we all know we will be tensed after reading so many terms. So, first thing that we need to remember is that how many stamens are there? Baba, 10 stamen is there. Okay. Now, let's go into the what? Anther. Anther is there. If each microsporangia, again we make the diagram. This is the best way to do this type of questions. In each microsporangia, so we have to make 4 microsporangia as well. 4. 5 pollen mother cell are there. 5 pollen mother cell are there. Each pollen mother cell gives rise to 1 pollen grain. Say 4 pollen grains. Each pollen mother cell or MMC gives rise to what? 1, 2, 3, 4 microspores, and this microspore later forms 4 pollen grains. So 5 into 4, 5 into 4, 5 into 4, 5 into 4. Here it is what? 20. So 20 into 4 is what? 20 into 4 is 80, ma'am. 20 into 4 is 80. Now how many stamens are there? This part of the question children usually forget. Okay, so 80 into 10 also, you have to think about the 10 stamen. It's not just one stamen, 10 of them. So 80 into 10, your answer would be what? 800. So your answer is what? B. 10 into 4, 40. Okay, 10 into 4, 40, and then 10 into 4, okay. Yes, Nagaraj, you might be doing it that way, I am doing it this way, but anyway, our answer matches. Okay, so Nagaraj says it's B, and Praveen, I think you got the answer now. Ammu also said it's B. Prachi also said it's B. So my dear children, all of you who are saying B, I hope you understood why it's B as well. Okay? Cool. Can we go ahead then? Children, understood? Shall we go ahead? Just give me a thumbs up if it is okay to go ahead, and then we will move ahead with the next question, which is 9th question. Yes, so thank you so much, Nagaraj, for responding. And now we go ahead with the next question. So children who are getting your answers wrong, I'll again tell you it's totally fine. It happens. Okay, now this is easy question, theoretical question. Question number 9. One of the 2000-year-old viable seed discovered during the archaeological excavation at King Herod's near the Dead Sea was. So Ananda is here and Arundhati is here. So Arundhati was the first one to answer, guys. D. Then Ananda, then Nagaraj, then Prachi, then Mansi, every one of you, full Josh. Rup also. Okay, so the answer is Phoenix dactylifera. Yes, you are correct. So it was Phoenix dactylifera, which basically was the viable seed, which was viable for 2000 years. There is one among them which was viable for more than 2000 years. Can you guess what is that? Hi Ammu. Okay, can you guess what is that plant which was viable for more than what you call 10,000 years? And it's there in this option itself. One is 2000 year. Yes, that was lupin. Lupinus articus actually. Okay, so anyway, this is the answer for this particular question. So let's go ahead. Children, I'll tell you a way to remember if at all you are someone who usually forgets it. Okay. So Herod has a D and dactylifera also has a D. So in King Herod's place, it was Phoenix dactylifera, the date palm. Yes, yes, Rupashri, yes, Mansi, yes, Nagaraj, everyone, kudos. Yes, Prachi, yes, date palm is Phoenix dactylifera, okay? Now, next question, try to solve this. Now, this question would be solved only by children who exactly got to know the picture given in the NCERT, who read through the picture carefully. Okay, so structure of embryo sac. In the given diagram, identify the parts labeled as A, B, C and D. Over here, A, B is here, C is there, D is here. Now, children who attended Brahmastra will already know the answer for all these questions as well. B. Arundhati says B. Nagaraj says it's A. Okay. I have two options. Arundhati says it's B. And Nagaraj says it's A. Okay. Come on, think about it. A. So a lot of you are saying A, which is why I think I should lock A, but let me explain as well. So if you talk about the embryo, this is the embryo of a monocot. Okay, in monocot, my dear children, if you talk about the embryo, it has an embryonal axis which looks like this. One end gives rise to the plumule, another end gives rise to the radicle. The radicle, since it is going to become the root, it will be covered by a root cap. It will be covered by root cap. Now, monocots have only one cotyledon. So that one cotyledon is scutellum. Only one cotyledon. Rest of it, it is still the endosperm. Rest of it, it is still what? The endosperm. Okay. Now, plumule is covered by something which is known as coleoptile. So, P for plumule, P for coleoptile. Now, radicle is also covered by something which is known as coleorhiza. R for coleorhiza over here and R for radicle. Okay. Now, you tell me, what is the answer? So, over here you have A. A is basically at the tip. So, it has to be coleoptile. D over here can either be the root cap or the coleorhiza, right? So we have to look for options over here, A and D. So A is coleoptile, D is coleorhiza. This is fine. Anywhere else root cap is given? No. So basically this option has to be the correct option. Now if we see B, what is B? So on one side you have this scutellum, and as I told you, this is the endosperm. Now all of it basically is covered. This is a seed, right? Seed has its own seed has its own seed seed coat and everything. Apart from that, if we think of it as an ovary, inside the ovary there is a seed. So ovary will also have its own covering, and that covering is known as pericarp. It is known as pericarp. So C is pericarp. So you look for the options. B is scutellum. Now C is what? Pericarp. That is the closest option. Cool? So your answer for this question is A. This is your picture. Yes, Arundhati. It's totally fine. It's totally cool. Do not worry. Chalo. Next question, question number 11. And let me read out the name of the children who gave me the answer. So Nagaraj, Mansi, Prachi, Rupashri, Ananda and Ammu. All of you guys were correct. And Arundhati also later got to understand the answer. So she was also partially correct. Okay, let's go ahead with the next question. So in Bangalore it's raining. I can hear the raining sound. What about there, wherever you guys are living? Are you all good? Is it raining out there as well? So okay, question number 11, please try to solve it. Only one megaspore present towards the chalazal end remains functional. You have to find what is correct statement. Okay, now 3 megaspores present towards the chalazal end degenerate gradually. Each megaspore mother cell directly develops into megaspore. Each female gametophyte is 7-celled and 7-nucleated structure. Prachi was the first one to answer and says the answer for this question is B. No rain, ma'am, here. Okay. So it's like you are in a good mood to study. Okay. So B is what you are saying. 3 megaspores towards the chalazal end gradually degenerate. First of all, only one megaspore present towards the chalazal end remains functional. Wrong. Always remember, if we talk about the ovule, it has 2 ends. One is micropylar end and other one is what you call chalazal end. Micropylar end is the main guy. M for the main guy. So whatever important is there happens over here. So 1 megaspore present towards the chalazal end remains functional. No, it has to be near the micropyle, then only it will remain functional. So this is wrong. 3 megaspore present towards the chalazal end degenerates. Okay, it's a bad thing. It will happen here itself. So this statement is correct. You can remember like that. I know it's not a good way to remember, but that's how we can remember. Each megaspore mother cell directly develops into megaspore. Abe baba. No, not at all. Each megaspore mother cell has to undergo meiosis. There is no easy trick. So this is wrong. Each female gametophyte is 7-celled and 7-nucleated structures. Totally wrong, because there are 7 cells but 8 nucleus. Okay, 7 cells but 8 nucleus are there. Cool? So over here, this would again be wrong. Your only answer for this question would be B. Children, got it? So those of you who said B is the correct answer, you guys are absolutely correct. Those of you who were in the verge of answering but didn't answer, thinking what will ma'am think if I give wrong answers, please don't think like that as well. Ananda is also correct. Okay. Cool. Chalo, let's go to the next question. Nagraj also gave me thumbs up. Thank you guys. 12. I'm enjoying today's session and all because of you guys. It's all because due credits to all the champions out there who is watching this video. Okay, next question. Question number 12. Consider the following statements and choose the correct answer from the given options. Consider the following statement and choose the correct answer from the given options. Statement 1 says, Arundhati was the first one to answer, says the answer is B, ma'am. Rupa also says it's B. Okay, let's check if it's B. Statement 1, innermost layer of Microsporangium is tapetum. Microsporangium, my dear children. So over here, suppose this is an anther's one side. So over here inside you have the sporogenous tissue where, my dear children, the pollen grains are going to be made. Now you have the walls of Microsporangium. The outermost layer is known as epidermis. Epidermis. Then you have one more layer which is known as endothecium. It is known as endothecium. Now, my dear children, over here you have the sporogenous tissue. This tissue is made up of cells which is later going to give rise to the pollen grains. Just above it, providing nourishment, you have a layer which is known as tapetum. This tapetum layer is for nourishment. Now in between the tapetum and the endothecium, you have the next layer which is known as the middle layer. And why is ma'am explaining all this thing? Innermost layer of microsporangium, is it tapetum? Yes ma'am, the innermost layer is tapetum. So ENT doctor, ear, nose, throat. Similarly over here, you have one doctor whose name is EMT. Okay, EMT, this is the order. Now cells of tapetum possess dense cytoplasm, more than one nucleus, and nourish the developing pollen grains. Yes, it has dense cytoplasm and more than one nucleus. Why more than one nucleus? Because my dear children, it was so worried about providing nourishment to the pollen grains such that it forgot to divide the cells. It has nucleus, the nucleus got divided but the cell did not divide. So basically cytokinesis didn't take place, karyokinesis took place. Okay, over here. So both the statements, can I say it is correct? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. In that case, who all got the answers correct? Let me read them names out. Arundhati was the first one, then you had Rupa, then we have Nagaraj, then we have Saina. Hi Sainat. Saina, should I read it Sainat or Saina? Anyways, you are correct. Ananda is also correct. Kudos. Kudos children. Now, easy question. Thank you, Rupa. I'm scared you are the only one to say that, but thank you so much. I'm just kidding. Okay, so question number 13. Which of the following aquatic plants does not show pollination by water? Easy question for you guys to slow down a bit. Easy question, but you have to think. Okay, so Vallisneria, okay. C. Arundhati says C, Rupa says C, Prachi also says C, Mansi says C, and Nagaraj, Sainath also says C. Sainath says, oh, Sainath, dear child, my dear child, please look into the answer once more. I mean the options once more. Ananda also says C. So the answer is C. Why C? What is the following aquatic plant that does not show pollination by water? So water hyacinth, water lily, water lotus, everyone has water in their name, but they do not do water pollination. So the one that has water in the name does not do water pollination. Always remember that. So C is your answer for this question. Okay. So rest all of it. For example, Vallisneria. This is Vallisneria and this is Zostera. Okay, this is Zostera. Hydrolus picture I do not have, but it also almost looks like this itself. Okay, they are Zostera, it's within the water and they do pollination in the submerged condition itself. Vallisneria, on the surface of the water, they do what you call water pollination. Okay, always remember that. Again, my dear children, if at all you want more knowledge about theory, please watch the Brahmastra series. I am telling you, the first video went like so good. Everyone watched it. Everyone was telling, ma'am, I'll be consistent. From the second video, everyone like, shh, don't do that. It will be dangerous. Please maintain your pace. Please study the chapters. These chapters are super important. Okay. Question number 14. How many microsporangia are located at the corners of a typical bilobed anther of angiosperm? Now this question is kind of confusing. Okay. But at the same time easy as well. So I have Arundhati over here said B is the answer. Nagaraj also said B. Rupa also said B. Prachi also said B. Ananda, Manasi has also said B. So you are all saying B, which is why we should lock the answer. Let me see what's the answer. So how many microsporangia are located at the corners of a typical bilobed anther? So in each lobe, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of them. Okay, now if you talk about just one, it would be just, okay, I should not confuse you. Anyway, the answer for this question would be 4. So you guys are correct. Okay. I do not want to confuse you. Something came into my mind actually, which is why I got confused when I was trying to solve this question. But yeah. Okay, question number 15. Can you try to solve it? This has something to do with pollen-pistil interaction. Identify the correct one of events, order of events in pollen-pistil interaction from the options given below. Try it up, children. So those of you who got the answer wrong, I hope you are giving a thorough thought to it. Okay, you're writing somewhere that this question was wrong and I'll do it correct. Have the habit of maintaining an error book. It is going to help you. Okay. Arundhati says the answer for this question is C, ma'am. Okay. Super fast, huh? Fine. C says what? Okay. Release of male gametes into the embryo sac. So first of all, those of you who do not know anything, listen to me carefully, you will know everything then. Okay, so first of all, you have the stigma which is right there waiting for a pollen grain to land. So the pollen grain comes and lands over here. First step, okay. So let me see, release of male gametes, no. Deposition of pollen grains on the stigma, okay. Entry of pollen tube, no. Development of pollen tube, entry of pollen tube, no. So first one is deposition of pollen tube. Second option is your first thing. So one that starts with second option, you just have two options. So let me cut the other options out. Now we look for the options and tell the answer then. Then comes fourth. Development of pollen tube. So once deposition happens, do you think development happens of the pollen tube? Yes, ma'am. So again, this and this statement is correct. Fine. Let's go with the fifth option. Entry of pollen tube into the ovule. Okay, here it is entry of pollen tube into the ovule. Where, what is there? Entry of pollen tube into the embryo sac. Can that happen? My dear children, if you reach the ovary, first thing that you have is the ovule. Inside the ovule, you have the embryo sac. So first comes the ovule. So over here, this is the one that says that ovule, right? So this is correct and that is wrong, and here that's how I got my answer. So with the options that you have, you can also find the answers, if at all you know the basics, okay? So once the pollen tube has got into the ovule, then they get into the embryo sac. Then, my dear children, what will happen? Inside the embryo sac, they will be releasing the male gametes. So your answer for this question would become C. Hey, D, yeah. Why D? It's C, no? First. Did I do something wrong? Wait, let me read first. Now, since so many of you guys took away your answers, I'm kind of scared. No, this is the answer itself. Yes, it is C. It is C, which is the answer. I do not know why so many of you retracted your answers. Children, if at all you get things wrong, it's okay. Accept it. It's totally fine. So the answer for this question is C. I hope you guys got it. Always remember, ovule comes first and then the embryo sac. These are the small mistakes that we human beings generally do, but it's totally fine. Don't do on the day of examination. That's all. Cool? So shall we move ahead with the next question? Just give me a thumbs up and I am already set to go ahead with the next one. I was confused with entry of ovule or entry of embryo sac. Now that confusion is gone, right? I hope it's clear. Okay, let's get ahead with the next question. If it's okay, just give me a thumbs up, my dear children, or tell yes ma'am, no ma'am. Then only I will understand. We are on 15 questions, 5 more questions and then we are done. Okay, thank you, Nagraj. Ma'am, but ovary lies inside the embryo sac. No. In ovary is different, ovule is different. Wait, first of all, before I go ahead, listen. Stigma, style, ovary. Inside that, ovule. Ovule is known as Microsporangium because inside that you would be having the embryo sac. Inside the embryo sac, you will be having the gametes. So first come the ovary, then the ovule, then the embryo sac. Okay? I hope you got it. Okay. So other children started to answer the 16th question also. Arundhati was the first one. I think B is the answer. Nagraj also says B. Okay, the ovule of angiosperm is technically known as, I gave the answer to you guys. It is Microsporangium. Why Microsporangium, my dear children? Because it is the one where all of the megaspores are going to develop. So in the ovule, my dear children, ovule has the cells which is known as the nucellus. All of them together, they are known as cells of nucellus. Now one cell, okay, the queen out there, it is going to be the megaspore mother cell. This cell divides, undergoes meiosis, forms 4 megaspores, only one remains functional, 3 of them degenerate. Now the one that remains functional right over here will form a big embryo sac. Okay, and in the embryo sac, you will be having your gametes. So that's why it is known as Microsporangium. Easy question, B is the answer. Okay. Now 17th question. Question number 17 says, transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant is. Tell me the answer for this question. Children, cute little champions, Good class today. Thanks to you guys again. Arundhati says the answer is D. What about the other children? Where did you all go? Nagraj is back. The answer is B. 17th. Yeah. 17, the answer is B is what you say. Ananda says D. Mansi says D. Prachi says D. Rupasri says D. Okay. Quite courageous to say it's B. But let me see it's B or not. Okay. So first of all, it is said that we need to imagine, okay, transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant. Two flowers, from here to here it is happening. It is not known as autogamy, it is geitonogamy. It is what? Geitonogamy. This is cross-pollination, not true cross-pollination but cross-pollination. Okay, autogamy means one flower only. In that one flower, this is happening. That is autogamy. So your answer for this question is what? D, not B. Okay. So over here I have a picture. So this is autogamy, where it happens within a flower itself. Two flowers of the same plant, geitonogamy. And if it is between two different plants altogether, then what? Then it will be xenogamy. Xeno as in, you can remember as cross. Xenogamy, you can remember this as cross. Okay, fine. Next question, question number 18. Try to solve this question now. Okay, Nagraj, I hope you got it, and it's okay, it's totally fine. Fine. Vijay Singh is also here. Hi, Vijay Singh. Okay, question number 18. Which of the following statement is correct? Chasmogamous flowers always exhibit geitonogamy. Cleistogamous flowers always exhibit what gamy? Okay, autogamy. Chasmogamous flowers never exhibit autogamy. Cleistogamous flower exhibits both autogamy and geitonogamy. What will be your answer for this particular question? B, ma'am, B, ma'am, B, ma'am. Okay, so Arundhati says B and Rupashri says B. Ananda also B. Mansi B, Rupashri B, always autogamy. Okay, Nagraj also says B. Since you guys are saying B, I will lock the option B, but I need to explain it to children who do not know. So listen to me carefully. There are two types of flowers. One that remains always closed in their own area. Okay, they will be having both the female and the male part. Okay, then there are flowers which are open. They will also have their female and the male part. Now other pollen grains can come over here and land on it and do pollination. So that means xenogamy can happen. Now other pollen grains from different flowers of the same plant can come. That means geitonogamy can also happen. Now their own pollen grain can also land. That means autogamy can also happen. So in the open flowers, which are known as the chasmogamous flowers, 3 of the pollination can happen. But in this poor guy out there, which is closed, there is no option for some other pollen grains to come over here. Okay, there is only the pollen grains here would be landing up over here, which is why only autogamy is going to happen. Only autogamy, nothing else. That's a sad thing, right? But that's how it works. MR Law is also here. Hi dear. So Rupa, ma'am, will you provide us the PDF of this live session? Do you want it? I can definitely provide it to you. If at all I forget, please put down a comment in the comment section below. I'll make sure it reaches out to you. This is enough chapter reading in boards. Well, this is for KCET examination, my dear child, but yes, it will be helping you in boards. If at all you're looking for your boards help, please watch Brahmastra series. It is going to help you well. Brahmastra series videos are being put up. Go watch it. One video, short marks. Okay, because it includes the question from your model question paper of this year, question bank of this year. So what are you waiting for? Don't waste your time. Go watch it. Okay. So your answer for this question is B. Okay, so all the champions who are watching this video, okay, tell me the name of 3 plants who has both Cleistogamous as well as chasmogamous flowers. It's there in your NCERT, you should know. 3 flowers or 3 plants, not flowers, 3 plants which has Cleistogamous and chasmogamous flowers. And how do you remember Cleisto and chasmo? Cleisto has Cl, closed also has Cl, you can remember like that. Kamalina, first one, said by Rupashri. Anyone else out there? So those of you gave me the correct answer. I didn't read out your names. I'm so sorry. Arundhati, Rupashri, Ananda, Mansi, Nagaraj, Prachi, Mr. Law, all of you gave me the correct answers. And Komalina, yes, it is a plant like that. 2 more options. Gitanjali is also here. Hi Gitanjali, for the first time I'm seeing you. I'm so great. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Okay, Viola, Oxalis, Komalina. Oxalis, Rupashri, okay, Gitanjali said, and Arundhati also Oxalis, Rupa also Oxalis, Prachi, Oxalis, Viola, Pansy, okay. Ananda also Oxalis, okay, cool. Nagaraj also, kudos to all of you guys. You guys are actually winning the game, okay? So we can expect so many toppers coming out this year, right? Okay, so shall we move ahead? So my dear children, I'll go ahead with the next question out there, and it goes like this. Question number 19. Which of the following characteristics is not required for autogamy? It is not required for autogamy. Come on. So all my dear children who gave me the answer are actually reading through your NCERT really well, are super ready for your KCET examination, and also super ready for their boards is what I am believing. Arundhati says the answer is D. Mansi also says the answer is D. Rupashri says D. Is not required for autogamy. So let me see if it's D or not. Okay guys, so flowers require synchrony in pollen release and stigma maturation. Yes, if stigma is receptive later on and the pollen grains are released earlier, it does not work. So synchrony should be there. Agreed. Anthers and stigma should lie close to each other. Yes, then only autogamy can happen. Flowers should be bisexual. Bisexual means one flower should have both the sexes. That is bisexual. That is also true. Required pollination agents. Do you require? Both of them are very close to each other. You do not generally require pollinating agents. So this one will be the odd one out. So your answer for this question is D. So those of you who gave me the correct answer, let me read out your name. I have, and Vijay Singh also gave me the answer is Viola Oxalis. Thank you so much, Vijay. So over here, Arundhati was the first one, then Mansi, then Rupa, then Ananda, then Prachi, Nagaraj, every one of you rocking the floor. Ma'am, one doubt. Flowers born out of Cleistogamous will be always Cleistogamous or chasmogamous. Actually, it's not like sole Cleistogamous flowers will be there. It will be, oh, like that. As in, there are no flowers being born out. Basically, it's the plant that is, okay, the plant that is being formed, my dear children, it will be having both chasmogamous as well as Cleistogamous flowers. Okay, it will be having both of them. Okay, now this is the last question for the day, question number 20. All my champions, let's make sure we get this answer correct. Chalo. So, in some plants, stigma and anther mature at different times because. In some plants, stigma and anther mature at different times because. So, Arundhati says D, Mansi says D. Why do you think stigma, which is there, which is a part of the female reproductive system, and the anther, which is the part of the male reproductive system, why do you think they are going to mature at different times? They are maturing at different times. Why? If they wanted to facilitate self-pollination, they would mature at the same time. But they are not doing it. That means they want to facilitate what? Cross-pollination, so that some other pollen grains can land over here. So because they are, suppose over here the anthers are now matured, but the stigma is not. The pollen grains are released and it lands on the stigma, but it will still not work, no, anyways. So it is preventing self-pollination, but rather encouraging what? Cross-pollination. Dichogamy, yes, exactly. So your answer for this question is what? D. Okay. And with that, we have completed all the questions for the day. 20 questions are done. Now, for those of you who are worried about your PU2, my dear children, you have the Brahmastra series. I am telling you about my videos. I have put in such big efforts for making that video. I've taken model question paper questions of this year, okay, of all the papers, question bank questions as well. I put down the question number as well, so that you know that these questions are done. I do not need to go ahead and do it again. Make sure you're following it. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel right now. If at all you have not subscribed to the channel yet, if at all you're not doing it, it might be a big loss as well. And Arundhati, thank you so much. It means so much to me. Rupa also, thank you so much, dear. It was a great session for me as well, being a teacher. Prachi, dear, you will be almost by the end of Jan, you will be getting the application form and things like that. At that particular point of time, you will have an option, okay? We will definitely let you know. We'll give you all the updates. As I said, do not forget to hit the subscribe button for getting the updates. Yeah? Thank you for the booster session. Thank you for so much for boosting my confidence also. Rupa, thank you, dear. And okay, children, then please go ahead and have your dinner, and do not forget to hit the like button on this session as well, and be there for the next live as well. Okay? Cool. See you later, alligator. Tata. Take care. Thank you so much, Prachi. Lots of love. Thank you, Nagraj. Ma'am, next chapter will shortly let you know. As of now, not decided yet, but yes, soon it will be scheduled to you. Okay? Which chapter do you want? So I have completed Principles of Inheritance and Variation is what I remember. We can go ahead with other chapter. You can let me know what chapter as well. I'll do it. Okay? Put it down in the comment section. See you soon later on. Bye-bye. Take care, guys. Done. I'll take biotechnology. Okay? Ta-da.